Normally in a car buyer review, I don't mention a car's price because they always change and we list them anyway on our website. But I'm going to make an exception today because this is the Dacia Duster and it's all about the price because it starts from just Now how the heck have they managed that? Simple, by keeping this entry-level model as basic as possible. That's why it has steel wheels, black plastic mirrors and roof rails, and quite a lot of other cost savings actually. Considering the price though, the Duster's interior design isn't too bad. Yes, the quality is more Travelodge than the Ritz, but it's not an unpleasant place to stay. What's more, all the controls are logically laid out and the dials easy to read, and there's sufficient cubbies dotted around the place too. However, the Duster's practicality trump card has to be its boot. Not only is it big for a car of this size, it's absolutely ginormous for a car at this price, and you don't have much of a load lip there, so it's easy when it comes to unloading heavy items. And you can also get the car with this rather useful boot liner, which is handy if you're a dog owner with a mucky mutt. However, if you have kids, they'll like the Duster because the big back windows will give them a good view out, and they'll also have plenty of room because, well, I've got plenty of room. You can even carry 3 abreast, and the transmission tunnel isn't too intrusive. That brings me on to the fact that you can get this car with all-wheel drive. In fact, to prove it, here's some footage of me taking a Duster off-roading. Well, I hope you enjoyed that brief interlude, and if you're wondering why I didn't take this particular Duster off-roading, it's because it's the 2-wheel drive version. But unless you live on a farm, really, it's the only model you need actually, because let's face it, you're going to be spending most of your time driving on roads such as this. And in town, the Duster fares very well. You've got good all-round visibility thanks to lots of glass and some big door mirrors. And of course, that raised driving position gives you a good view over other traffic. Also, the suspension, it deals pretty well with bumps and potholes.
On the open road, the Dacia handles reasonably well, and despite its chunky dimensions, it feels just like a normal hatchback to drive.
You can get the Duster with 2 engines, and they're both made by Renault, because in case you don't know already, Dacia is owned by Renault. The 1.5 litre diesel is okay, but avoid the 1.6 litre petrol in this car if you plan to go on the motorway much, because at higher speed it just feels gutless.
And that brings us on to the other downsides. The rear seats don't fold completely flat, and they don't split either on the entry model, which incidentally doesn't have a lockable fuel filler cap like the other versions do.
Also, the entry-level car is just so Spartan, it doesn't even get a stereo as standard. That is a paid-for accessory. You don't get height adjustment on the driver's seat either, nor reach adjustment on the steering wheel. In fact, you don't get reach adjustment on the steering wheel on any Duster, not even the top-spec model, but you will absolutely need the top specification car if you want air conditioning, because it doesn't come on any of the other versions. So if you have one of those cheaper models, if you want to keep your family cool, you either have to do it the old-fashioned way or improvise. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work.
Thankfully, the range-topping Lauréate model comes with plenty of kit, and it costs under £13,000, so it's still a total bargain. And before you worry about the fact that Duster only has a 3-star Euro NCAP safety rating, when most cars now get 5 stars, let me explain something.
According to Dacia, the Duster actually scored 4 stars in the adult protection category, and it scored 5 stars in the child protection category. However, its overall score was marked down because it doesn't have an audible seatbelt reminder, and the entry-level car doesn't come with electronic anti-skid control. However, you can get that potentially life-saving piece of kit on all other models of Duster as a £350 option. In fact, you can get lots of options on this car, so long as you don't mind spending more than £8,995. But you know what? It doesn't matter. Whatever you do, the Duster remains unbeatable value.